Welcome back, everybody, listeners, viewers, and everything in between.
We need to mention something. Somebody said to me this week, they said, "Oh, there's a podcast as well as guests."
Oh, they didn't know. They thought it was just.
They just thought.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
they thought it was interviews only.
Just interviews only. So there is a podcast as well as this.
Yes.
So, but we're really lucky, aren't we, when we get guests? So this week we have Elouise Kempton of Bodyworks Hastings. Really excited to have you on the podcast. Thank you for coming.
You are welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
That's all right. And you have your own podcast as well, don't you?
Yeah, haven't added to it for a while, but yes.
We can link onto it later. And yeah, I was really just thrilled that you said yes, because we've known each other probably a couple of years now, and I'm a massage therapist, you're a massage therapist.
Which I think is how we met. I was trying to think about this earlier, like how we actually met.
That is it, yeah.
I think it was that, wasn't it?
I came over to see you for a treatment, and you brought me back down to planet Earth. I was a bit giddy, I hadn't slept much, I was in a bit of a state, and I needed grounding big time. So Elouise provided that in bucket loads, and we've been good friends since then, really. Maybe not since the first treatment, that's not really how it works, but after getting to know each other and chatting.
After don't.
Exactly. It's just really exciting to have you here to talk about your practice and doing acupuncture and massage therapy, how you got into it, having trained here in Hastings as well, and I'd love to hear about basically who you are, what you're about, and then you can ask us any questions as well, because it's a conversation.
So I have been qualified 4 years now. My first qualification, level 3 in sport, and I did that at Hastings College. Didn't love it.
Sport
not
massage,
gonna lie, because I was in a classroom full of 16, 17, 18-year-old boys.
That feels like.
Wasn't ideal.
No.
However, it gave me the foundation to go from there. I needed that first qualification in order to do all the other things that I've done. And so it served its purpose.
Yeah.
It was during COVID as well, so it was quite a stressful 9 months of training, and all the kids were at home, and it was just a little bit mental. But we did it.
You did it.
We did it, and and then I worked 2 jobs, the business and a job, for another 9 months, and then quit that, and I've been full-time ever since.
Wow.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
You just had your 4-year anniversary, haven't you? Congratulations on that.
Nuts.
Yeah.
And it is the best and the hardest thing I've ever done.
How is it hard?
Physically, I had 6 clients yesterday.
Right.
You need a massage.
That's for you. I literally, oh my goodness. So got to the end.
People don't appreciate it.
I got to the end of the day yesterday and was just like, I'm also neurodivergent, so it get to that point where my brain just shuts down, and the kids were talking at me, and I was just like,
Can't. Yeah.
I have nothing.
I don't have that. I understand that totally. We're 3 neurodivergent women talking about being neurodivergent. You're in good company.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the things that kind of bonded us immediately, wasn't it? It's like you recognise it in each other, don't you?
Absolutely.
And so there was that kind of like,
the thing is, we're trying to suss, aren't we? And then there'll be a giveaway, and it'll be like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This is the link. So we don't have to do longhand anymore.
Yeah.
We don't have to do. So longhand is really tiring.
Yeah.
Masking is really tiring, and let's just chat like 3 women who know their own language. Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
People don't appreciate how physical.
No. But it's not
is.
just physical. It's emotional and energetical as well. Energetical. I don't even know if that's a word.
It's nice. Yeah, it's good.
Talking about masking, there is, even without being neurodivergent, there's a mask for clients.
It must be.
Because if you've got crap going on in your life, you can't
You don't want to pass
and
that
you're
on.
in close proximity with people, aren't you? You are touching, you are on their pain. So you've got to keep yourself over here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you take the energy as well as kind of giving it, I guess. And because most of what I do isn't kind of nice, relaxing massages, it's dealing with problems and. So people present in crisis, whether that's physical, mental, whatever it is. I had a lady yesterday and it's all nothing physical going on. It's all emotional stuff that I won't obviously go into detail. Sure. Stuff that's going on in her life that just is having an effect on her body.
And it lodges in the body, doesn't it? People don't appreciate that either, do they?
No.
It sits there like a mass.
Absolutely. And there, I love kind of the energy side of it, but I'm a bit of a science nerd as well, and I have to have the.
You're great. Yeah.
But I have to have. Please show me the evidence. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Sure,
and that can be evidence that's from it doesn't have to be scientific. I'll be honest. But please show me the evidence. And there is now evidence of we hold emotions in our hips and pelvis.
Yeah, we do.
There's absolute evidence of that.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. When I first started training 4 years ago, it was like physical body. And it's not, it isn't.
No, mind and body. Yeah, and whatever else is going on. It's a really interesting thing. And there is a whole spectrum of practitioners out there and available, in our area and elsewhere. And that's the really lovely thing is that for any practitioner doing massage, you find your audience, your crew, I suppose, who will come back again and again because it's about the relationship that you build. I was wondering about that and how you grew from, starting out, because I know one of the things that you're really keen on is helping other people who are just beginning. Yeah. Now that you're established and you've learned a lot from building a business. So how would you describe that journey for yourself?
It's definitely been something that I have had to learn for myself because I feel like there wasn't anyone that helped me do it, which is part of what the podcast that I started was about. It was like it was something that I needed, therefore surely there's other people that need it. And so the podcast is like the journey from zero onwards sort of thing. And not all of them are return clients, some of them are one-offs, but I'm almost at 1,000 clients on my database. Which is nuts.
Respect.
Which is nuts. And clearly they're not all return clients because I couldn't possibly see that many people. No. But most of them have come more than once. Some of them have just been people that have been here on holiday who have come to see me for a treatment, so it's and I think the biggest thing that I've learned is and I hate this whole kind of be authentic, but it's true. Yeah. It's so true. And I went from that whole kind of, as I say, when I was training, that physical body thing, and that's how I then presented myself in my business to actually hang on a minute. That's not quite right. And it doesn't sit right with me.
No, I totally agree with you.
And it doesn't even make sense. No. And one of the...
Because you've got to carry it on. It's like telling a lie again and again.
You've got to remember what you said.
And remember, and then people come and they go, oh, but you, and you go, oh, no, I did, oh.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a client the other day who stopped themselves from swearing, and I was like, we can swear in here. We can swear in here. And she was like, oh, thank God. Because, swearing's expressive, isn't it? And it's a word at the end of the day. And people are presenting in pain. And when I'm in pain, I want to be like...
Yeah, absolutely. It's a release.
We can bleep, by the way, so don't worry about it. You can. We've had other people say, can I swear? Yes, you can. We'll just bleep it through, so don't worry. No, it's important because the expression is like, I always think that we're like tubes, and if the swearing or the expression is stopped, then the rest of it can't get round it. So it's got to come out for the rest of it to follow through. So it's like an energy evacuation, if you like, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it is just, if you're starting, if this is your starting point, you know, you've got to just be yourself. Find your, and I don't like the word niche either, to be honest with you.
Small. Niche means little.
It's too tiny.
Yeah, and like, you know, I see a lot of talk about things like niche on some of the big massage groups that I'm in on Facebook. Finding your niche, and you know, my niche is new mums, and but why?
Yeah.
But why? Your niche should be people that need help.
Yes.
That's as far as it needs to go, in my opinion.
That's why
If you want to,
that's why you've got 1,000
if you want
clients.
to niche,
Sure.
absolutely. But I think certainly as I kind of start to move into the more of the education side of it,
Good.
I certainly will not be telling people that I am training and coaching to niche. Certainly not. Unless that is something that they really, really want to do. Say, for example, they really want to work with people with chronic pain. And that's a big niche.
Because you can deep dive absolutely into that.
Of course
be
you can.
The leg person, or
Yep.
the arm person, or
Absolutely.
the shoulder girdle person.
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
so that
But
can
you can be that expert and still help other people.
absolutely, that's true.
You know?
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of you in the social media that you put out there. You know, I love the morning coffees that you have, and it's just little thoughts that Elouise has in the morning. I'm like, oh God, I've had some of those thoughts as well. That, you know, it makes you connect on quite a different level. And the thing that I really rail against with everything, you know, health and well-being is like, you know, Barbie doll style woman lying down with stones on back, and I'm just like, no, please.
I have a real issue with the word wellness.
Yeah.
And the whole wellness industry. It has been completely whitewashed and has been completely taken over by Lululemon wearing blonde women.
Not representative
It's
of
not.
us.
It's not. It's not representative
real
of
bodies.
anyone.
No.
It's not real people. It's not where the practice comes from. It's not none of it. I have a real, so I don't even see myself as a wellness practitioner because I don't like it.
Just a thought that occurs, but if you're a client, do you not have to go through someone like that in order to find someone a bit more authentic? Because you were talking about authenticity before, so that also has to come from the client.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes
if that makes sense.
Sometimes I guess you know, if you're starting from a consumer perspective, your wellness journey, that may be the face of what you see. And for some people, that'll be the end of it as well, because they won't want to go any further.
And they won't
Because
get what
what
they
is
need.
that?
Yeah.
The thick front layer that you have to get through to get to someone like
But I think that's why I'm so, like, I post about politics, I post about all sorts of things on my social media and on my work social media, because and people say to me all the time, like, oh, you know, you shouldn't be political. And actually, being a small business owner is political.
it's a radical
Being
act.
a woman is political.
It is.
You
You're
know,
born into
all
it.
of these things are political. And actually,
Yeah, absolutely.
if someone doesn't come to me because I have posted anti-racist stuff, perfect.
Absolutely.
Go somewhere else, because
Yeah.
I don't want that.
No.
And so, it's worked.
But you're owning your we're going to look at a lot of words, aren't we? You're owning your Elouise-ness is where I want to really go with that. And if Elouise stands for this, and this is what Elouise does, and her energy goes into this, then unapologetic, I think, is one of my favourite words. I'm not apologising for what I say or feel. I'm fully enveloped, and I love that you do that.
It's really refreshing.
I want to listen to your mornings. I want to listen to your mornings. No, it's very true.
So I'm just, I spent a very long time not being And I think I hit 40 and went,
Yeah.
I'll have to bleep
blur that out, sorry.
I didn't hear it.
I
Was there a lovely
stuck my
word?
fingers up.
Two things.
We'll just blur.
Just blur it,
we don't
pixelate
mind.
it.
It's not a problem.
Blur
It's an ancient symbol from something to do with archery in
Yeah.
France.
Yeah.
We don't worry. No, exactly.
It's true. It's true. Another thing we've spoken about in the past is the cost of it for the consumer, cost of access, and how to treat everybody instead of just those who are privileged enough to have the money ready to dispense on their self-care. It's a really important thing, and that's something that you're working through and towards, and you've set something up, so I wanted to hear a bit about that.
Yeah, so free care has always been something that I've wanted to do, and I've never been able to kind of work out how to do it. I've got 4 children, I've got a house, you know, I can't just work for free.
No.
And it was kind of, can I do maybe a couple of sessions a week for free? Can I do this? Can I do this? You know, there was various kind of thought processes. And then, actually, it was funny, I looked at your board when I came in and I saw Suze was on there. And it was actually Suze that said to me, why don't you set up a CIC and get funding? And I was like,
Yeah.
duh.
Thank you, Suze.
Of course.
And she knows. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And as soon as I kind of made the decision, I just was like, oh, this is it. This is it. And so I put posts about it on social media, and lots of people were like, well, what can we do now? How can we help now? And so we had almost £250 worth of donations come in
Really wonderful.
immediately. And so I've given free treatments to people already.
Well, you're paying it forward. That's the whole point, isn't it? That some of my old clients used to pay me twice.
Yes.
And it would be, and I'd say to them, you can always, because I know these people are very wealthy, and say, if you want to pay extra, other people can get treatment.
Yes.
And that's the point.
Yes.
It's about making that happen.
Yeah,
And
so that will
correct ways.
always be an option.
Great.
Paying it forward will always be an option. And the GoFundMe will probably live forever, where people can just add a little bit here and there as they can. However, there is money out there for communities that need assistance. And so the start was the trans community, because this all kind of came about, it coincided with the Supreme Court decision. And so that was kind of the immediate community that I spoke to and linked up with, and we Queer Ass Folk did a bit of a announcement at their last gig, and we raised another sort of 50 quid from their attendees. And so that was lovely. And then I had a client who, he's been several times, he's disabled, and he had texted me and said, I'm really struggling, I'm in loads of pain, but I don't get paid till next week. So he came, we did the treatment, and he said, I'll pay you next week. I said, no, you don't need to.
Which is so wonderful.
I said, this is the situation, I've got a pot of money, your treatment's paid for. And he was just like floored, you know, which was so lovely to be able to do that. So the donations are already fantastic. However, there are big pots of money out there. And that's, once we're registered, that's what we want to start tapping into. Because ideally what I'd love to do is have a separate premises and have lots of things happening, because my brain immediately is like, we could do this, and 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 we could do this. And one of the things that I really would like to do is like an advocacy thing, because, you know, even in 2025, black women are 4 times more likely to die during childbirth. What is that? Can we train people to go in to hospitals with these women and just stand next to them? Absolutely we can.
Absolutely.
Yes, we can.
And can we get money to train them? Yes, we can.
Yes,
and can
we
we
can.
pay them to go with these women? Yes, we can.
Yeah.
So it's like I've got goosebumps because I think there's
it's true.
there are so many things that I want to do, and there are so many, like, I wholly believe in community, and I wholly believe that the only way that we can fix the absolute bin fire that is going on at the moment is community.
Yeah, totally agree.
And the reason we've got to the point we're at now is because community has been purposefully eradicated.
Yes.
For
For individuality, which is why we started this.
Yeah.
It was a radical act
of community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's anyone who does that, carry on.
No, go.
No, but it's important, I think, any sort of radical act of joy, community, connection, care, all the C
Real
words.
care.
But they are really important things, and helping out somebody who can't, or who doesn't have the wallet or doesn't have the connection. That's right, we've got connection. But let's push you out there. Let's get you the voice.
Yeah, because that's the thing as well. There are various obstructions to care. There are various reasons why people don't and can't access care like this, and it's not just about money.
No.
You know, it's about safety as well. So
Sure.
for people in the trans community, I've got a lot of connections and friends and whatnot within the queer community in general, but I don't know all of them, and they don't know me, and they don't know if I'm safe.
Yeah.
They don't know if my therapy room is a safe place for them to be. The same with the black community. I'm a white person. They don't know if I'm safe.
No, exactly.
So it's about kind of trying to vocalise that as well. And when we're training and paying people from those communities as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's giving me tingles now.
Yeah.
It's just such a, it's
the whole
it
thing,
makes
yeah.
sense, doesn't it?
It's so true.
Yeah, it is so true.
Yeah. And it will happen.
It will.
And you're doing it.
It's happening.
You're doing it.
It's happening.
Exactly.
Big up.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, the manifestation.
It's huge. I had loads of questions that I sent you. And I know we're going to run out of time, so is there
But
anything
we're going to have to get Elouise on again.
Oh, we are, because there's loads more. I was thinking...
Would you be up for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Please
I love a chat.
Come and have a chat.
Because what this is a beautiful, juicy introduction
Yeah.
of you, and I'm getting, as you say, goosebumps. Yeah, I've been sitting there like bumping away, thinking, okay, so this is something much, much bigger than we ever anticipated.
Yeah.
And
Bigger than I ever anticipated,
Yeah.
to be honest. And this is, as I say, it's been in my brain, on my heart, however you want to kind of say it, since probably before I even qualified, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, it's just been.
You get pulled in a direction you think.
I guess that's my niche.
Exactly, yeah.
But the thing is that I always think of niches, when they talk about niches, you're thinking of something that's small,
Very
and
contained.
This isn't.
There
this
is no
huge.
niche, my darling. It's just never ending, never ongoing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and it feels like that. And what I'd really love to be able to do as well is create it as a replicable template,
Yeah.
so that people can take it into other towns.
Yeah.
And
It's
do
a
the same
space
thing.
more than a niche.
Yeah.
You're making space, you're carving out space, you're claiming space, and you're inviting people into that space. So I think that is, absolutely
And pioneering
Cool.
care in a way
didn't sweat.
that says, we know how much money there is out there, so let's have some.
Let's
towards all
direct
of
it in the
these.
right
Yeah, exactly.
spots,
To help the many.
Yeah.
Because there are many, and the more, as you call it, the beautiful bin fire that it is, and you didn't say beautiful either, but you called it something else, and we can bleep away because it is a bin fire.
Yeah.
And really,
Did I say that?
No, I said that, and I don't care, and you can bleep me all you like, but it really is, and people are having serious reaction to that. They don't even know they're having a reaction to that. They're like, I don't know why my energy is this. I don't know why I'm feeling so overwrought by what's going on, because energetically it is changing. So while we're at the end of the world, as we are here in Hastings, you can't get any further.
No.
We'll be in France in 26 miles. So quite frankly, here is where we must. It's put up or shut up.
Yeah.
And I think what we're all doing is putting up.
Damn right.
And you are putting up, girlfriend.
Yeah, thank you.
I love what you're doing.
Keep going.
I love what you're doing.
We need to plug you. So at the end, it's you've got Bodyworks Hastings.co.uk.
.co.uk, yes.
Yeah, that's it. And
Had to think then.
and we'll put up the other links underneath so that we've got those as well. I wanted to ask you quickly about what surprised you so far in your practice. Did you have a little think about that one?
Yeah, loads of things. I'll be honest, loads of things. Like the things that people think that I can fix.
Yeah.
I think you can fix it.
I had someone come to me with a ruptured hamstring, and I was like, babes, a massage is not going to fix that. Go to the doctors. Like the back of his leg was black from the bruise.
Yeah,
it was completely ruptured.
There should have been massage before the hamstring went.
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been helpful.
Go fix it, and then we'll do some rehab.
Please stretch, everyone.
Stretch and strengthen.
Strengthen, strengthen. Stretch. No, I
I'm
can't
looking
say
at you there.
Stretch and strengthen. Yeah.
I'm working on
Talk
it.
to him about
I'm working on
strengthening.
it.
He stretches, but he won't strengthen.
Stretching is great if you enjoy it.
It's hard if you get bored, I know, and it's really hard when you're divergent because it is boring to do.
Boring.
So it's like, how do you do it and make it
You
interesting?
put music on.
Music, dancing in the kitchen.
You put music on.
yeah.
I put my headphones on and I can walk without blinking. If I don't put my headphones on, I'm very consciously aware of all the noise.
Yeah, there's a
and
lot
all of
coming
the
in.
Very
stuff,
distracting.
the input.
Yeah.
But I control that environment around my ears, and that makes a difference. But that's one way, isn't it? Just one. There's loads, isn't there?
Yeah, it's loads. Yeah.
It's hilarious because also there is a thing where, it's really great to dispense the advice, it's just whether or not you actually take it yourself. And we talked about that a fair bit as well, that it's like, well, did you do any stretch, did you do any? And it's like, no, I didn't. Can you just sort
Any
yourself 'cause
self-care?
it's screwed. And it's the self-care. So turning it in on yourself as well as the self-care thing we've spoken about with community.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say, and you know it. So the term self-care actually originally was communal. It was never about one person.
No.
And it was Audra Lord, I think her surname was. And so she kind of coined the term self-care, and it was about community, and we have been sold a commercialised version of self-care, which is bubble baths and face masks, and
that's
individualism.
Yeah.
Self-care.
Absolutely.
Instantly, it goes straight into that realm.
Absolutely.
When in fact it's not. It's looking after your
It's got to be
your
everyone.
bubble, your environment.
It is, and it's about making the difficult decisions. It's about dealing with your debt. It's about making sure that your house is safe for your kids. It's that's it. That is self-care, and that is communal self-care as well.
Because when you do that, then the bubble next to you will benefit, and the bubble next to that will benefit.
Yeah. We unfortunately cannot change the whole world, but we can change this little bit of it.
Yeah.
We can make ripples.
And we can
those
ripple. Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You've been.
Thanks for having me.
You've been lovely.
Honestly,
Let's have you
tingles.
back.
Yeah,
Very
coming
back.
back.
Blue light.
Here's to you.
You've
Cheers.
been amazing. Thank you, Elouise.
Thanks so much.
Bless you.